Next up we have programs. So programs are also based off of content from the asset library. However, programs are based off of a day or a step-based sequence. So the first thing that you need to do is create a program type. So in this example here, you can see I've created a few different types of programs. You can start by clicking the new program type button and filling out the page, or you can edit existing programs by clicking the edit button. You'll see that has a title, a description, any sort of notes, a cancellation policy, a cost, and then an option here to set it as a day or step program. So if it's a day-based program, this is when you want somebody to have to do something in a 5-day program in 5 days. And if you in a day-based program, if they miss a day, they've missed the content. You can force the sequence in a day-based program so that they have to do it on a specific day or they miss it. A step-based program is just they do your steps in at their time. There's no date requirement to when doing a step-based program. So after you've given it a title, description, and a cost, and you've decided on the type of program you'd like to offer, you just you're given a box for each item. For each step or each day, you get a box, and in this box you got a title, a description, and then tags for each type of asset that's included in that program day. So you could say in this program we're doing a step one. It's a golf swing day, and we're going to give you documents that are on alignment. So all the documents, so that, say for example I have a PDF on alignment and videos on golf swing alignment I want to include, and then I also want to include images on alignment, and then I want to include audio on step one swing. So I say, for example, I have some podcasts I did on the first thing you need to do on set up your swing. Right, as an example. I do the same thing for step two. I do the same thing for step three. Now, if I wanted to add a step four, all I need to do is click this green button here, add step, and it adds a step four. If I want to get rid of step four, I just click delete step, and it deletes the previous step. See, it's gone. Now we're back to step three. So we could here we're seeing this exact match option where we can set the filter for the results of the assets. So if we select the exact match tags here, that means that on this day only golf swing alignment videos will be shown on step one rather than all golf, all swing, or all alignment. So that's exact match. This comes in pretty handy when you want to filter down and control the type of content that's shown on a specific day or step. Next up, you set your payment options: credit card, cash. Club credit is any sort of offline payment that you might operate if you're using some sort of club system, or if you just want to mark it as kind of make it known that this is your offline payment method. It could be your Venmo, your PayPal, something that's off of the app that you kind of document on your own that's not cash or a credit card online payment. Force the video sequence is another option, the next option here. And with the video sequence forcing, you force them to go through steps 1, 2, and 3. They can't jump to step 3 and then go to 2 and go to 1 or however. You force the video sequence. Forcing the date sequence, this is what we discussed about using a day-based program where you force them to go day 1, 2, 3, 4, and if they miss the day, they miss the day. What you can do is, if you want to force date sequence but still allow them to watch a day that they missed, you can turn on past due watching, and that allows them to watch a day that they happen to miss on a forced date sequence day-based program. The user can view previous step content, so once they've completed a step and they've marked it as complete, by default they cannot go back and watch it again. However, you could turn on this option and it'll allow them to go back and watch the previous step and previous day's content. Next up, you could decide whether or not you want to end access to the program when it's marked completed. So when the customer has finished the very last day or step of the program and marked it complete, do you want to immediately end their access to it? And if you do, then you turn this on. If you would rather let the access end on the expiration, then you just leave you set the expiration. So it could either access could either end on the expiration or it could end when it's completed. You could also set a renewal. So if you want this to be a program that people do, it's every month, every week. It could be a weekly diet. It could be a monthly exercise program. Um, you could just set it up to renew, um, and then they'll just continually renew based off of your expiration. Uh, and one thing that you could do with these renewing programs that are day and step based, um, after the 30 days or the 7 days, the program renews and refreshes for them. Well, if you're uploading new content, new assets into your asset library, well, the customers are going to see that, and it's going to give them a reason to come and do the program again because there's new content, now there's new assets to engage on that day or that step of the program. Um, we have the main activation option here, and click Save. So those are programs.